Hey there everybody, it's me, Cosmo the Coder, and welcome to another of my Humble Bundle reviews. Now, we had a little break since the last Humble Bundle review, about 2 or 3 weeks actually, and it's been quite a nice little break, I have to say. But Humble have graced us once again with a new bundle, so let's have a quick little look, shall we? This week we've got the Humble Gems bundle. Now, if like me you took it quite literally, you were expecting a few games like Bejeweled, or Bejeweled 2, or maybe even Bejeweled 3. But no, rest assured it's not actually gems in that kind of literal sense, it's actually gaming gems. Games that have done extremely well by the look of things, and definitely worth a little look. So, let's have a quick look and see what we have this week, shall we? Once it disappears, here we go. So, first up then, white tier, pay what you want, so basically $1 will get you any of these. The first game we've got is a game called Techno Babylon, which is basically a point-and-click adventure game set in a sort of cyberpunk sort of universe, set in the future. The year is 2087, genetic engineering is the norm, there's an omnipresent AI, powers the entire city, and you basically take control of 3 different characters as you're trying to struggle through this giant sort of conspiracy, which is the usual kind of norm for these kind of adventure games. It's done, as you can see, as a new addition to Humble Bundles. They've actually added in the Steam reviews, or at least one of them. As it says, 96% very positive reviews overall on Steam, 82% on Metacritic. It's from the same people that made, let's think, Gemini Rue and Blackwell. If those names mean anything to you, I think it's. Is it Wadget Eye Games? It's actually based on a game that was sort of being made independently. For those of you who don't know about the adventure game sort of scene, there are people that make there's sort of a big community of people who make lots of different adventure games, and this was actually something that was being made for free and being released sort of episodically. And then the development sort of stopped, and it turned out that it was actually the whole idea was being used by Wadget Eye to make this game. So there you go, a bit of pointless history for you. Anyway, moving on. Next up, I'm gonna say Odalus, the Dark Call. Actually, I didn't tell you how much Techno Babylon cost, didn't I? Actually, all 3 games cost £10.99 on Steam, or $14.99 on Steam. There you go. That's covered all of it. See, I'm out of practice. They don't do one for several weeks, and I'm completely forgotten what I'm doing. Buggers. Right, anyway. What was I doing? Oh yes, Odalus, the Dark Call, is a sort of Metroidvania pixel art 2D action game, sort of inspired by the classic games like Ghosts and Goblins, Demon's Crest, and Castlevania. You can see the sort of the style sort of mimicking all those sort of types of games. You basically take you basically take on the role of Haggis. Yes, I know. A warrior tired of fighting, who must once again wield his sword to rescue his son from darkness. So, the usual sort of rescue somebody, you have a sword, lots of bad guys to fight. Usual kind of stuff. 93% on Steam overall, 80% on Metacritic. Definitely one if you're a fan of these kind of sort of 8-bit or 16-bit sort of 2D side-scrolling games. It looks pretty damn cool, I have to say. I'm impressed with that. I might actually try that one day. Chroma Squad. Now, apart from looking rather cheap-looking Power Rangers, I kind of want to avoid saying that, but it is that kind of situation. Chroma Squad is a tactical sort of RPG about 5 stunt actors who decide to quit their jobs and start their own sort of Power Rangers-inspired TV show. You basically get to sort of cast the actors, purchase equipment and upgrades for your studio, craft weapons and giant mechas out of cardboard and duct tape. It's one of those sort of RPGs that doesn't take itself very seriously, and you end up sort of playing a rather cool adventure RPG game that's just sort of its entire background is based on humor and ridiculousness. It's got fantastic reviews, I have to say. 90% recently, 95% overall, and 75% on Metacritic. But then, why are we counting Metacritic? So definitely good one for your RPG fans if you like one of those. Moving on then to the green tier. So pay more than the average, which at the moment is $3.92 or about £3.20. Thanks Brexit. First up, we've got a game called this is going to be Spyra. I don't know. It's an early access sort of head-to-head puzzle fighting game. £6.99 on Steam, or $10 on for those guys in the US. It's a head-to-head sort of puzzle fighting game where it uses a unique match 3 sort of mechanic as its core system. It's heavily inspired world. It's a world with a world where it's heavily inspired by characters and gameplays and themes from games that you love. So it reminds me a lot of like Puzzle Fighter 2, if you ever played that, sort of the Street Fighter-esque game where you sort of do the same sort of thing. So it's something that looks like that, and then it sort of embodies a whole sort of Tetris, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Puzzle Fighter 2, Columns, that kind of stuff. As you can see from the video, it all looks pretty nicely animated and pretty cool in my opinion. But games like this are quite sort of, you get a dime a dozen these days, but on PC we don't get a lot of good ones. We get Bejeweled and we get a few other sort of weird, sort of oddballs ones, and this actually looks quite nice. It has only been out for a month though, just to sort of warn you, and it is in early access, so things are likely to change and everything else like that. Now, the reviews are 100%, but there are only 6 of them at the time I looked on Steam. So that's just to sort of let you know that although 100% is positive, 100% of them are positive, there are only 6 of them, and it has only been out a month. So bear in mind that because it's early access, this is likely to sort of change over time. So, but overall, I can't fault it for what it looks like. So there you go. $6.99. Yeah, I told you that $6.99 on Steam. Now I'm getting confused. Next up is, Westerado, barreled. Yeah. It's essentially a sort of homage to sort of the old spaghetti western sort of games, a pixel graphic sort of 2D action adventure game set in the Old West, where your family has been murdered by a mysterious desperado and you set out into the world to take revenge. And you basically go around you're talking to lots of different people and shooting things with your trusty gun. The art style looks quite impressive, I have to say, and overall it's a well-received game. You don't have to look at the reviews. 87% recently, 93% overall. A nice little sort of 2D RPG, maybe not RPG, that's kind of the wrong thing. So like I said, it's sort of exploration, sort of open world game. Now, a game whose name is kind of ridiculous, but you kind of understand why when you understand what kind of game it is. Assault Android Cactus. Yes, I know, that sounds ridiculous. Is $10.99 on Steam, or about $15 for you US people. It's essentially a twin-stick bullet hell shooter game where you blast your way through overwhelming robot hordes to save the ship from its own workforce. It supports single-player and local co-op game modes, but as you can see, it sort of takes its inspiration for some of the sort of Japanese-esque bullet hell games. Hence, why the name's kind of ridiculous. It's sort of a it's sort of playing on the whole sort of bad translation sort of thing, and you get basically you get to choose one of many characters. I think it's 13, and literally just run around the levels shooting everything and anything in your way or coming at you, or basically just shooting everything. I have to say it looks pretty cool, judging from the videos. Which is a shame, I always say I think it's a shame that I haven't got the time to sit down and play each and every one of these games before I actually sort of do the bundle reviews. But if I did that, then I'd be reviewing this video like the day before the next bundle came out, and that'd be a bit daft, overall. But anyway, review-wise, 90% recently, 96% overall, and 79% on Metacritic. So, you know, it's well received. A lot of people enjoy it. Definitely worth checking out. Finally, then, $12 will net you all these games plus Unbox, which I kind of trying to debate how best to explain what Unbox is. It's kind of like an open world. The description is an open world 90s style 3D platformer about the ultimate postal service, self-delivering cardboard boxes. It kind of looks like a cross between, I don't want to say it, but sort of Mario 64 and Goat Simulator. Like it's all cutesy and platformy, but it's also as ridiculous and as stupid as Goat Simulator is. It basically it's full of challenges and collectibles and boxy boss battles and all kinds of things like that. Review-wise, again, exceptionally well. 92% recently, 93 overall, and 68 on Metacritic. So take that as you will. It looks like a fun little game, fun little casual 3D platformer, and I'm impressed. You know, I'm impressed overall. Now, there's no extension. Well, at least there's no extension advertised. I think, as proven by the Click Team bundle a few weeks ago, they can extend it if they like, and not necessarily tell you. But you know, overall, that's just the situation. Now, they don't actually make mention of this. They used to, but they seem to have stopped doing it. You do get some soundtracks. You get the Techno Babylon soundtrack, the Chroma Squad soundtrack, and Unbox. And I know this because I've already purchased the bundle, because as I'm about to sort of explain, I'm actually extremely impressed with this. You know, they actually have the title is exactly what it says on the tin. It is some really good gaming gems. A lot of these games are actually on my wish list because, well, I've heard lots of good things about them, but also I know I've sort of paid attention to the media, looked at them, and they've been in my the Steam queue thing. I keep forgetting what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about if you've used Steam. So it's definitely a really interesting, really cool bundle, especially since I already bought it before I actually did the review. So you know, it's worth it in my eyes for this. So that's why. And if I can get rid of this, hang on, there we go away. There we go. Which is why I'm going to give it an exceptional, and I haven't done this before, 10 out of 10. Come on, there we go. Hooray! Now, I should probably have had I thought about it, I would have done a fanfare, not a funfair. Funfairs are that's the wrong sort of thing. But let's put it this way: I can't fault this bundle. You know, there's something for everybody. There's point and click. There's sort of 2D platformers. There's an RPG. There's a column Tetris clone. There's a bullet hell thing. You know, there's all kinds. There's a cutesy platform. There's lots to sort of appeal to a wide variety of different people and different gamers. And you know, what the hell? You know, it makes sense to me that this bundle is pretty much perfect. You know, yeah, okay, it might not necessarily cater for every single person, but I'm impressed. You know. Now, where am I? What am I doing? Oh yes, and that pretty much is it for my review. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos and other bits and pieces. Hopefully, I'll get back into the swing of things and I won't be so stumbly as I have been today. A reminder that Humble Monthly is coming up next week. It's coming out on the 4th, and I will be doing my review of this on the 5th. And that's actually not saying thanks for watching. That's weird. Why aren't you saying thanks for watching? There you go. Kick it again. There you go. Thanks for watching. There you go. Yes, technical difficulties, anybody? What was I saying? Oh yes, Humble Monthly comes out next week. I will be doing my review of it on Saturday the 5th of November, hopefully. All things being, you know, touch wood. And that is, as always, it for me, guys. Now, as I always say, what was I always saying? No. So yeah, it's nice to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully more bundles to come coming up towards the sort of the Christmas period. But as always, I'm Cosmo the Coder. Thank you for watching. I've said that already. And as always, happy gaming, guys.